Welcome back to the Mindcrack. We're back on the Mindcrack server, and what am I doing? I am using this darn ladder again when we've got a perfectly functioning Ender Ascender. I've been doing some of the Haste 2 beacon strip mining here that Ethos sort of, I guess, pioneered would be a good word. Here it is, right here. This is the platform of my much simplified system. It's way better now, because someone showed me a simplification that would never have occurred to me. And I've been doing some of this. I haven't even done a quarter of one level, and the results have been pretty good. I had already done some parallel mines here, so some of the diamonds had already been got. But I think the overall is quite worth it if you have something like an ender to prepare your picks. That's important because you are going to go through those efficiency 5 picks quite rapidly. Oh gosh. Still not perfect. It's much better now. Still not perfect, but it is much better. Every once in a while, it still fails, and it's because you're hitting the string with your ender pearl and not the surface above. And you don't have very far to fall. Some people suggested that you could put slabs there. If you do, however, if you do that, when you're looking up, your ender pearl is going to hit the strings. You'll have to jump to throw. I may try that. We could probably make that work. Another option is to make some like piston double extenders that extend lower and then extend you up. That would be require a little more redstone, which I don't mind, but I don't want it to get too bulky, particularly there where we don't have a lot of room. We'll see. I may try some other things. Over here we've got some sand cooking up into some glass. I've moved my furnaces out. I just kept adding them in there because I needed more and more, and there wasn't room. I also, people noticed this. This is for health potions, which I no longer really need because I have the beacon up. And I'm starting to have all these like little ad hoc farms around. There's a tree one over there. I can't say temporary. As soon as I say temporary, everybody jumps all over my case. Oh ho ho! He said temporary. Starting to say temporary again. So I guess and now my new word will be ad hoc, and once I've said that 5 or 6 times, people will be like, oh, he's saying ad hoc a lot. Alright, so today, before I talk about what we're doing today, let's see, let's start with this. I can come back and make more if I need it. I've got plenty of bone meal. Today, I keep getting distracted by what I'm actually going to be doing. Before we talk about what I'm actually going to be doing, let's talk about the BOO intro that I've used a few times, which I am not using today. I'm glad people like it. I think it's hysterical, and most people seem to agree. But I'm not going to use it every time because I think it may lose its impact if I do that. But we will use it periodically, particularly for sort of update intros where a lot of progress has been done on the new build. We'll use it for that, and there's at least 3 versions out now that I've seen, and yeah, I'll use the different versions as well, as long as there's not like copyrighted music in them or something like that. Let's see, what else do I need? I think that's it. I think I'm good to go with this. All right. So for today, I'm going to take a little break working on the legs. I think if I work for too long on one thing, it may start to get a little dry, a little boring. The interest may wane, not just for you, but for me as well. And so I'm going to try to mix it up and work on something different today. We're going to get some functionality into this system, into this house. So I've talked before that we're going to have a mob farm, a gold farm, and an iron farm to start for the big 3 farms, and then like all the other like plant farms and animal pens and that kind of stuff. We're going to start with the mob farm so we can get some gunpowder going. We can have some fun with TNT. We also need the bones to make bone meal for plants and also to make this white glass. I have no use for zombie flesh. What else do you get? Arrows. My bow has infinity now, so I don't really need that. But that could be handy in the long run if I ever lose this bow, which I probably will one day. But first, we're going to start on the mob farm. And we are going to use kind of the typical design you may have seen in a lot of places, which features like a little 3x3 pad with a slab in the middle, and the slab is there to keep spiders from spawning. We're going to build out diagonally from the center of our little 2x2 beacon cluster. This is the corner right here, this point. So we're going to build out diagonally for this farm. There'll be a road over there. Now, I know that people have pointed out that the road, this road / bridge, and the leg here is not at 1/3 of the circle. It's at 45 degrees. 1/3 would be at 60 degrees, which would be, let's see, if that's the center, it would be like over here, something like this. I'm aware that it would make it much harder to make. Making these legs at 45 degrees will already be hard enough. Just by the nature of, you know, the blocky square nature of Minecraft, it's hard to make stuff at 45 degrees. This one here that is straight, that one's going to be much easier. So we're going to be doing work with 45-degree angles. But we're going to have a lot of things to put around here. So we're going to have plenty of space to fill up with lots of different things. But that's going to take a while. And for today, oh, there's Puz. Hi, Puz. Hi, Puz. Let's get to work on the mob farm. So we're going to build it out like this, somewhere around here. And we're going to have, what? Creepers, spiders, not spiders, creepers, skeletons, zombies, and now witches. And witches take a greater height. If you're going to kill them with falling damage because they have more life, you have to drop witches 29 blocks. 28.5 they live, 29 they die. And the distance from here to the ground is about 29, actually. But we're not going to put it here. I'm going to start it at the next floor. And I think it's going to go up to there. Okay, so there is the first layer. And I'll explain the basics of how it works. It's pretty simple. But before I do that, I gotta tell you something just happened. And it is on like the proverbial Donkey Kong. So I finished this guy off. I go down to my little shack to get some more supplies. Because I had forgot the quartz slabs and I needed more glass. Because this takes a lot of glass. I was down there. I went AFK for literally 1 minute. I walked away from the screen, walked out of the room to go get a drink. And from the other room, I hear ta-ting, 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 a little experience sounds like I got some levels up. And I'm like, how on earth did that happen? I walk back in and I see that I've been killed. Where's the text? I've been killed by Anders using Sword of Justice. And that is my fault for going AFK, but it was literally like less than a minute, and he shows up and kills me. Okay, so my name's been in the death games, and that's fair. That's fair. That's the way it works. But having said that, Anders, you are now you're on my list. I don't really have a list. You're the list. You're the list now. I didn't have a list, but now I do, and it's you. The list is you, and oh man. Oh man. I'm gonna get you back, and it's not gonna be just one little Death Games kill. No, I'm going to get you back, and you will not enjoy it. It's gonna be a multi-stage thing. It won't be anonymous, because I'm calling it out right here. I will get you back. But that's something for another day. Okay, so this is what it is. This is how it works. Basically, you've got little spawning platforms here, the stone bricks, and you give it a 2-block high roof, like this. So basically what this does, it keeps Endermen from spawning in here for one thing, because they need a 3-block high space. It also keeps spiders from spawning in here because they need a 2x2x2 space. So this little slab here is to prevent any 2x2x2 spaces. Then you put water in the corners, like so. And I've got a little infinite spring over here. You put water in the corners, and then mobs spawn on these pads. And when they wander off the pads into the water, they get pushed to the center, and they fall down a hole. And you stack a bunch of these on top of each other. So this is fairly standard. This is the design that most people use, or that a lot of people use, because it's quite simple and it's quite efficient. In terms of the use of the water, you don't have to use any signs or ladders or things like that. The one little tweak I am going to do is mine is going to be transparent. So you're going to be able to see the mobs moving through it like this. So another thing we're going to do, we're going to take some slabs and we're just going to put them around the edge like this, so that the mobs with the too high, maybe we'll illustrate over on the other side where I've built the ceiling already. The mobs won't be able to walk outside of this little boundary of the mob farm. Like this. So if the roof is above them, like so, they can't actually walk there because that's 1.5 blocks, same as this. So they're going to spawn on these spaces, and they'll get pushed into the water, pushed into the center and down the hole, and then they're going to fall to their deaths, and I'm going to put like a hopper down there on the ground to automatically pick up anything they drop. Now there is a problem here in that you need the light level to be 7 or lower for mobs to spawn. And since we're not going to have walls on this thing, since it's going to be transparent, the light level is going to be high. So basically what we're going to need to do, we're going to, and it's a simple fix actually, it's not very difficult. We're just going to put a roof on the thing that extends out a few blocks, and that's going to cut off the sun. I've already tested it in my little test world, and it works. I can get I know the exact radius I need to go out to. I can get the light levels here at the outermost block and here to be down to 7 by extending the roof just a few blocks, just enough to block out the light, and the very upper layer won't be glass. It'll be quartz or maybe stone bricks, some combination of those two, so that light doesn't come through. But that's the basics of it. Now, it takes a lot of glass to make this, by the way. Now I have to make a bunch of layers of this, and we're going to make it up to that. So it's going to go from, like if this is the first floor, quote unquote, it's going to go from the 2nd floor to the 4th floor, as many as I can fit. All right, a little progress report. Let's see, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on the 6th layer. I don't think we're even to the halfway point yet. I haven't made it to floor 3, quote unquote. But check out the layered transparency stuff. Look at, oh man, the new, more advanced transparency in 1.7, the way they updated the rendering engine. Looks freaking awesome. I am really enjoying it. Look at how you can see like the water in the layers above. You can see the water sitting on top of the glass. You can see the glass behind the glass. It's all sort of, oh, it's such a wonderful visual effect. And, you know, before 1.7, I had already decided that, I think I had decided that I was going to be using a lot of glass. But I'm blown away by how awesome the transparencies look. But, so this is taking a lot of glass. It's about 5 stacks of glass per layer. And I definitely have enough bone meal to finish this, that's for sure. But I will use a lot of my bone meal, and so we're going to need the skeletons to start dying to replace what I have. You can see, let's see, we're almost to the halfway point, and it's fully functional at night. It's just not very functional at the moment during the day because of all the glass. But we will eventually fix that. I was down there. You can see a little set of hoppers to catch the stuff they drop when they fall down there and die. I just got a little setup going so that we could immediately start reaping the rewards of our hard work. I was down under there, putting in some chests underneath there, and I'm like, wait a second, I'm poisoned. What the heck's going on? And lo and behold, not only did I die to Anders while going AFK for a minute, I died to Etho. Etho showed up and killed me. So now I died twice in the span of a day. Not even a day, a few hours while building this thing. And I was actually, I wonder if I'm in like in a grumpy mood or something. Or maybe I was put in a bad mood because I died already. I don't know. But I didn't respond very well. In fact, I didn't respond to Etho at all. I just kind of like grabbed my stuff and I kept working. Because I think I was like, Urgh! I think I don't lose very well. Whoops, that's the wrong block. So apologies to him if I was a little abrupt. Let's see. Okay, so let's put in some glass. And I am going to definitely have to go get some more sand and set up some more glass smelting. I'll probably set up another 2 rows of smelters so I can, instead of doing 20 at a time, I'd like to be doing 40 at a time. Because my other builds for this project, for this house, are going to be of a similar size, and they're going to use a lot of sand. Thank God I'm not... Oh, there goes Adlington again. Thank God I'm not using... Let's see, do we have all the slabs? Yes. Thank God I'm not using sandstone, which takes 4 times as much sand. So there will be a lot of sand gathering for this build. But one of the good things is that I have a stupid amount of stone from the new Haste 2 beacon mining procedure, or whatever you want to call it. I have a lot of stone. I also have more coal than I ever thought I would be able to use. So the stone is not an issue, all the stone bricks. Oh, by the way, people were saying, oh gosh, fricks. I didn't want Adlington to feel left out. That was for you, buddy. Yeah, that's the reason. Okay, so now I've died 3 times in this video, once on camera for you. I've also died a few other times building this. That I'm kind of glad we stopped tracking deaths on the server. We're still tracking them, we're just not displaying them. We're now displaying PvP kills. But yeah, building an environment like this, he's doing a similar thing. He's building at super high altitudes, and so that's one of the reasons he dies a lot. It's gonna happen. I died a lot of times building a lens. I'm gonna die way more doing this. Let's see, that goes there. I have infinity on the bow, so I don't need a lot of arrows, thank goodness. Put those there, those there. Okay. All right, but anyway, this has been an update. I'm gonna try to get to the top of here for this video. We probably won't cap it like with the... I want to put some detailing on the bottom and the top. It's still going to be transparent, but we're going to do some quartz, kind of like we did here, to give it some definition, to define the edges. We're going to do that, but probably not this video, but I'll give you an update once I'm done. Look at that! Now that's impressive. Well, there it is, all done. I think 14 layers is how many I ended up with. It's all done except for the little bit of detailing we're going to do on the bottom and the top, but we will do that another time. It is mostly functional right now. It's not 100% functional because I didn't make the roof quite big enough. I just slapped some stone bricks on the top there, that very top little cap, to give it enough darkness that most of the spots will be spawning monsters. Not all the spots. And there's still a bunch of caves that I haven't lit up, and a lot of the land around here isn't lit up either. So it's not the most efficient thing, but it will start to get me some items passively, which is nice. I think there are 14 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 14. Each one took 6.5 stacks of dirt. You know what? Let me do this right here. There we go. 6.5 stacks of dirt per layer, 14 layers. that gives us, that gives us a lot of stacks of glass. Holy cow. I think, let's see, what did I say? 14 layers times 6.5. That's 60 plus 24, 84, 90, 91. 91 stacks of glass for this one thing, but I think it's definitely worth it. We'll start getting some items now, and it looks cool with all the transparency. I think next time we'll do something else. We'll try to bounce around, do different things, so that I never get too bored and you never get too bored. But yeah, the transparency definitely looks cool. Let's pop down here to the bottom, see if we can catch anything falling. As long as you're within 128 blocks of any of these mobs, they should continue, get caught by the water, and then fall down. There's also a certain distance. I think if you're a certain distance away from mobs, they stop moving. So they may get stuck where they are. Maybe we won't actually see any land. I have seen a few land coming up and down to get materials. And we've got, what, 19 gunpowder so far, just enough to spread this out. And then some bones, some arrows, and I guess we must have killed a witch because of that. So we're starting to get some drops, and we'll get more as I'm building other stuff. And I think it looks pretty cool. It's the first major addition besides the glazed donut. And just imagine all of this filled with a bunch of other things, kind of like that. It's gonna be crazy. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you later. Take it easy. Have a good day. Bye-bye.